Barbara Courager.
Mr Speaker, our previous New Zealand First member referred to the government not having a plan. The government does have a plan. It's called the Business Growth Agenda. And it's the government's program of work which will build a more productive, confident and competent competitive economy. And the bits that make up that growth agenda are around skills, around export, around infrastructure, around innovation and around natural resources and investment. And today I want to focus on the infrastructure part of that. And as the New Zealand First member talked about old school thinking, it's not actually old school thinking, it's new infrastructure thinking, because there was a massive announcement in the Prime Minister's first speech of the year around infrastructure for State Highway 3, bypassing Mount Messenger and Awakino, which runs through my electorate, and it was great to hear the Prime Minister refer to that yesterday in the House when he spoke as well. You know, I was driving along the other day and I just said to the person in the car with me, I love roadworks. You know, we have a massive new roundabout at Waitomo. It's keeping tourists and residents safe. It was a horrible piece of road before and now we have this fantastic safe roundabout. We now have one in the beginning phases that's starting in the lead to Hamilton Airport, which is also in my electorate. It is the main road in and out to the National Field Days at Mystery Creek, which Minister Guy will be well aware of as the Southern Hemisphere's biggest agricultural function. And so it's really fantastic that by June, Minister, the roundabout will be ready for all the visitors that are coming into the Taranaki King Country electorate. Absolutely. So the State Highway 3 thing I do want to mention, as a new MP, there's a lot of people that have done a lot of advocacy and preparation for that in the past, and a couple of people that I do want to mention is former Taranaki MP Roger Maxwell, who has been a key driving force on that piece of road, and the Transport Association member Tom Cloak. Secondly, I want to touch on the significant investments going into our urban and rural cycleways. And over the holidays, my husband Lewis and I actually biked the Timber Trail, which goes between Bennydale and Ongarui, which is almost in Tamaranui. And it's just amazing. It is environmental, it is historical, there's a whole lot of information there. It's actually very steep up and down, but it's jolly good exercise. And it's a fantastic venture for all those local people who are providing farmhouses, meals. The tourism actually in that space is actually booming, and I'm pleased to say that actually 85% of the people that are coming down to bike that trail are coming from Auckland. So as we get a better road, we'll be able to attract more people into the electorate. So I'm very excited about both of those things. I'm also very excited that the government this year is going to progress legislation to reform the Resource Management Act. It will reduce costs and delays, not only for homeowners but for businesses. And it doesn't matter if they're small or medium sized, because in our electorates, particularly the provincial ones, they're made up of huge amounts of small to medium sized businesses. And what I'm finding at the moment is that people get very frustrated with red tape. It costs a lot, it takes a lot of time and effort, and we need to find a way to simplify that so that people can get on with starting new businesses, employing skilled people, creating employment without the hassle of having to go through a whole rigmarole of trying to get their consents through. So very, very happy about that one. And the other thing that's really going to also improve my constituents' life is the gains that will come from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It's a fantastic agreement. It's going to cut a whole lot of tariffs off for our primary producers, and it will give our provinces a real boost. So I'm really excited about 2016. It's got off to a really good start in my electorate with the roading announcement, and I've been very proud over the last 18 months to be part of a government that is really focused on making a difference for the people of New Zealand. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.